Hello YouTubers, this is your friendly neighborhood Theophage.
Okay, this is a response to Burnt Tree Product and his video in regard to cognitive thought and God. Earlier in my other videos I argued that if God existed outside of time, he could not have caused the universe to exist because being able to cause something, being able to act, being able to think is a change which requires time. And if you're outside of time, you can't change, you can't perform any actions. Burnt Tree Product argues against this in a fairly clever way. He attempts to argue that change outside of time must be possible because even my atheistic conception of how the universe began requires change outside of time. In his video he says, and I quote, "Daniel seems to accept that the Big Bang occurred before time." And this is false. The Big Bang did not occur before time. In fact, if you want to get technical about it, the Big Bang has never ended. The Big Bang is the expansion of the universe, and the universe is still expanding. In fact, it's accelerating now. So the Big Bang is not an event that happened before time, which caused the universe. The Big Bang is simply the state of the universe as it expands from the beginning of time onward. So I'm not talking about a state of the universe that is outside time. That's very important. Also, he says in his video, it is true that there was no time before the Big Bang, but theoretically there was a time before this took place. Now, this, I think, is the heart of your misunderstanding here. It's certainly a common conception that first that there was nothingness, that there was a big, dark, empty void, and then the universe from a tiny speck burst forth into all of its energy. But that is simply not a valid assumption. There was no time when there was nothing. There was no time when there was a void. There was no time when there was no universe. What you're assuming here is that there is a change from nothingness into somethingness, a change from no universe into universe. If that were true, then I would have to agree with you that there needs to be a cause, something to account for that change. But the point of saying that this is the beginning, the first moment of time, is to illustrate that there is no change. The universe has been existent and expanding at every possible point in time. Now, I know this is kind of hard to wrap your brain around, and I'm going to try to give you an example. This is an example that's been used a lot on the internet. You've probably come across it before. What is there? What exists north of the North Pole? If you get a globe and you put your finger on the globe, one of the meridian lines of longitude, and you move your finger northward, right? You can keep going north and you can keep going north up until you hit the North Pole. That is the northernmost place on the globe. Now, move your finger more northward. What's there? Well, is it nothing? Is it empty black nothingness? No, there just simply is no place north of the North Pole. There is no place that you can move your finger to. So to ask what is there is just meaningless. It's the same thing. We can go backward in time. We can rewind the movie of the universe backward toward the beginning and keep going until we hit the very beginning. But it is meaningless. It is just as meaningless to talk about, okay, what's beyond that, what existed before that. Then it's just as meaningless to talk about that as it is to talk about what is north of the North Pole. It's just before time, before the universe exists, is not a real place. It isn't an empty black nothingness. It's not a place. Nothing exists there. So since there was, again, no time when the universe did not exist, there isn't a change from no universe to universe. There's always been universe. There has been no universe. It's only been a finite amount of time that there's been universe. So are you starting to feel me? Are you starting to get that? It's kind of rough. I understand that, but it's important. So no, idea, my atheistic idea of how the universe began, does not require any kind of change from outside of time, from before time into time. My atheistic idea of the universe is simply that the universe exists. It's there, and time moves from the past to the present to the future. It's just that we can't go infinitely far into the past. We get to a certain point and we stop there. Going back and watching all this video that I've shot so far, it's obvious that it's really difficult to try to get these ideas across. I'll have you know that if I was able to make this video last night like I wanted to, I would have been a million times more eloquent and it would have just been on. But as you can see, I got a new set of headphones and a new microphone because my old microphone died. And I hope this helps, and I don't expect you to give me a free pass on anything. If I've made anything unclear, if I've made anything which seems to be obviously false, don't stop hammering me on that. Bring it up. Make a response to this video, and I'll keep responding to you as long as we both find this conversation interesting. Thanks.